Hello everyone, welcome to another race at the circuit of the Austrian Grand Prix. We are racing with another full grid today. We are really looking forward to this race with the last race winner, Nathaniel Perrin, currently in the Alfa Romeo, winning his first race, followed by Irma, who has been disqualified from the last race, but he got his P2 back. So Lunar Jedi in P3, really looking forward to get some good points today. Also, we have a new name on the grid. It's F. Hooters. In the AlphaTauri, he's really thinking to pick up some points for the AlphaTauri team because they're last in the overall Constructors Championships. Let's have a look at the current tire situation. A few drivers diving out on the medium tire compound. Four drivers. It's looking like a dry session at the moment. Not sure what the race conditions will be, but we're really looking forward to a good race. Very tight grid in Tier 3. We've seen a very close grid in qualifying. Hopefully we can get even a closer grid today in Tier 2. Currently leading the Constructor Championship is the Williams team by 5 points ahead of Alfa Romeo. 36 points for Williams, 31 points for Alfa Romeo, and Haas is in third with 26 points. So let's stay on board. Jim Mohini is back in the game today, driving for the McLaren team. So really interesting what he can do in this car. And let's stay on board with the first driver to set a lap. It's going to be TGL Stewart on the medium tire. Really attacking those corners nicely. Of course, he puts a purple sector too. What are your predictions for today for the qualifying pole position? I think it will be a high 3. I'm not sure how that will go. Of course, not for the medium runners, but the sub runners can go for a high 3. A 148 for TGL Stewart on the medium tire. Not a bad lap from him. And Sharif on the soft tire goes 2 tenths quicker than him. And Jimmo goes 9 tenths slower. And Irma goes quickest now with a 142 in the Williams. And Michael is only 90 hundredths away of the time of Irma. Really good lap from Irma there. And Nathaniel is already really looking close. Already sticks his Alfa Romeo in P2 for now. Oh, runs wide. Yuri runs wide there. And Hoodis dives into pit. So not a good lap from him on those mediums. Gatsby on this flying lap. And so is Mally, just starting his one. So we're going to stay on board with Gatsby. In the Haas team is third overall in this Constructor Championship in Tier 2. And Rock's prediction is Irma to get pole position. His pace is as a Tier 1 driver. But what can Gatsby do? Gatsby is looking very solid around the Austrian circuit. 143 and currently in P4. A good first lap from the Haas driver. A very good lap from him and only 110 away from the top. Yuri dives in the pits. And Molly invalidated his lap. And we're going to stay on board with the Alpine driver, Brother Adam, but he invalidated as well. So the next driver to cross the line is Stubbly. Oh, what is Maxwell doing? Just get out of the way, man. Stubbly driving as a reserve. We all know that he can be very quick. He showed us that last season. A 44.8 in sector 2. No purple sector for him. And CGP on the medium tires. A really great lap. And Stubbly has invalidated his lap. But CGP on the medium tire is has just put an insane lap, to be fair. And Fingerhook left the session. And TGL Stewart is improving on those medium tire compound. But would be good enough for him to stick himself further up the grid. Let's see, what can he do? A 1.4 on the medium. So he puts himself into P6. A good lap from TGL Stewart. So not a big difference between the tires. Max Ball on the mediums puts himself in P10, 6 tenths away. And let's have a look at some drivers. Hooters is going for his first lap. Stubbly puts himself into P2. Only 37 hundredths away from the time of Irma. The pole time of tier 3 was a 1.4 flat from Sportmat. So will the drivers of tier 2 improve that? And Afudas is going to finish his first lap in a moment. A little bit of oversteer, taking that curb, but he kept it on track. And let's see where he ends up. A 1.49, currently sitting in P13. He's driving as a reserve, and Yuri has invalidated already. Heading into turn 1. And Neuropirate puts himself into P9. And look at the gaps between P1 and P9 within 4 tenths. A really great lap from Neuropirate and puts himself into P9. But look at the gaps. It's just so close in this tier. Michael Tip is improving by a 10. Oh, runs. Oh, Michael Tip invalidates, going through the fast right-hander. Really unfortunate for him. But he is going for another lap. So interesting to see what he can do. CGP is going on another lap as well. And he is currently a 10 down on his usual time. Oh, a little bit of oversteer. Really easy to get an oversteering moment there. And Gatsby runs a little bit wide as well. So we're going to stay on board with some drivers who haven't set a lap. It's going to be the Red Bull driver Yuri. Really attacking this corner. It's purple sector 1 for him. Yuri really showed us that he can be really quick, but he needs to get that lap correct. He makes a few mistakes usually, but Yuri has the pace to compete at the top. A little luck up heading into that corner, but a 44.6. But Yuri is keeping it clean now and keeping it, most importantly, within the track limits. He's heading now into the 2 fast right-handers. A little bit wide, but no invalidation for Yuri. And he's going to set his first lap with a 1.46 and puts him in P10 for now. And look at the close grid, guys. It's just amazing to see. Irma just starting another flying lap. And CGP. And so is Gatsby. Zocheluni into P2 in the McLaren. 31. Oh, Gatsby runs wide. Unfortunate for him, he invalidates. But Zocheluni puts himself into P2 for now with a good lap. 1:43.1. Really nice lap from him. Wow. Really nice to see. And Bob, welcome back to the Sunday Race League. You are missed in this racing league, so get your ass back in the league and compete with us. You are cold. Cheap Skills is going for his first lap, a 44.8, so that's, if it stands, it's going to be around a 1:14.78, probably, unless he nails the last sector. Oh, really runs wide. No invalidation for Cheap Skills, so he kept himself on track. Let's see where he ends up, a 1:47 as predicted. And the whole field is within 0.7 of a second. What a qualifying so far. Look at the grids. Amazing. Fingerhook in the Haas, currently sitting in P12. Fingerhook really attacking those corners nicely. What is his improvements? We all know that he has a great race pace. He's aborting his lap and diving in the pits. Lunar Jedi is backing off, and Brad Adams spins by entering the pit lane. Lunar Jedi starting his first flying lap of the session on the medium tire. He is currently running in P3 in the championship standing. .7 seconds up on his usual time. He didn't set a usual time. Lunar Jedi is on the medium compound, while all the others are currently on the softs, except for CGP and TGL Stewart, who set their best laps on the mediums. But Lunar Jedi, what can he do in sector 2? A 44.8 is usually a normal time, a 44.7 for Lunar Jedi. So that's a good lap so far on the mediums. And Michael Tip goes quickest with a 1:4.1. Oh, Lunar Jedi invalidates his lap. And he is 1.5 up to Irma. And Zokeluni is on his flying lap in the McLaren, currently sitting in P3. Is he improving? Let's have a look at Zokeluni. The grid is going to be very, very tight this season between all the drivers in this tier. So let's see what his sector 2 time will be. He is currently improving a 44.5, 2/10 up on the average sector 2 time. He puts a purple sector 2, but will it be good enough to get himself into that provisional pole position spot? And Zokeluni is now crossing the line, is 1:4.1 and 1800ths away from Michael Tip. What a close grid it's going to be. Stubbly didn't manage to keep it within the track limits. And TGL Stewart has improved to a 1:4.34, sorry. Really curious. We're heading into the last laps of this qualifying session. Max Bell didn't invalidate his lap in the Ferrari. And Jimmo Hine is still on his flying lap, or is he not? I don't think he is. No, he is not. So let's stay on board with someone who is on a flying lap. Gatsby's diving in the pits, so he's going for another lap. And Yuri is currently on a flying lap, so let's stay on board with Yuri. And TGR Stewart improves to P3 on 2 lap old softs within a tenth of Michael Tipp. The Austrian circuit is one of the shortest circuits of the calendar, but Yuri is really flying on his lap at the moment. Oh, really attacking the last corner really nicely. Yuri goes to provisional P5, 1.4.2 for him. And Yuri just retires on track. That's Yuri, that's not allowed. Drive yourself in the pits, man. Come on. Why are you retiring on track? You know the rules. Nathaniel Perrin is currently on his flying lap. The last race winner. Can he get a good lap in? Oh, really on the curbs. A 1.42. And the last lap for Nathaniel Perrin. And only a P4 for now. And Irma starting his last lap. So we're going to stay aboard with the Williams driver. Zoke Looney just set an amazing time. Will the pole time of Tier 3 beaten? A 1.4 flat. It was an amazing lap time from Sportmat. That was just amazing. He's really good at this track. And Cheap Skills is right in front of Irma. Will Cheap Skills give him a tow? And he's currently 1/10 up. He needs more. Irma, Gert Gavin, will you be able to improve yourself throughout the whole, really attacking those corners nicely, taking the maximum? Oh, he invalidates in the last corner. No, that's unfortunate for him. And Michael is still going on another flying lap. As it stands, it's Michael to be on pole position, unless any of the Mercedes drivers can improve. Sharif now crossing the line. Sharif going for a 1.43, almost 3/10 up, and only in P9. What a qualifying session so far. But let's have a look. Michael Tipp. No, Michael Tipp is just aborting his lap. Oh my. What a qualifying session. Let's have a look. From P1 to P15 within 0.5 of a second. That's just amazing. Michael Tipp in P1, Zoke Looney in P2. Let's have a look at the last results from both of these drivers. Michael Tipp has finished in P7 in the last race, and Zoke Looney finished in P2 in the last race, while TGL Stewart has finished in P13 the last race. That goes how close this tier is. Depends on the track which driver will be the quickest, but we all know that Austria is really close. A short circuit, and a lot of drivers on this tier who are really close based on pace. And Fingerhook is... yeah, he has probably rejoined the session. So we're waiting for him. And Fingerhook left the session, so he needs to rejoin when the race has begun. Michael Tip in P1, Zokeluni in P2, TGL Stewart in P3, Nathaniel into P4, Melling in P5, Irma in P6, Yuri 7, Stubbly 8, Sharif in 9, Fingerhook in 10, CGP in P11 on the mediums, Gatsby in P12, Brother Adam P13, Max Bow in 14, Neuropirate in P15, Hooters in P16, Cheap Skills, Gmol, Lunar Jedi, and of course Rob had a qualifying ban, so he was not allowed to take place in qualifying, so he's starting from the back. Really cloudy out there, so hopefully it will stay dry for the drivers. But we're racing at Austria, so everything can happen. Seeing the qualifying results, what are your predictions for today's race? A really strong qualifying from Michael Tip, followed by Zokeluni only on 1800s. So I'm really curious what the viewers will think about the predictions. I'm really curious what the outside the top 10 will do on the tire strategies. And almost everyone outside the top 10 except Brother Adam and Max Bell are starting on the medium tire compound, so they will have a gamble for the alternate strategy. Hopefully the safety car will stay inside with their strategy calls. And as we are knowing that the top 15 will score points with the different point system we're currently using. P1 gets 30 points, P2 gets 26 points, P3 23, P4 20, P5 17, P6 14 points, 7 will gain 12 points, 8 will gain 10 points, 9 8 points, 10 will 6 points, and from there we'll come down to 5 4 3 2 and 1. Also you can gain a extra point by getting that pole position spot and the fastest lap, of course. So everything can happen, and the top 15 will get points, so really curious what everyone can do today. Well, the Michael Tip is been lining up his car to get himself into a good position for the race, and we're almost ready to rumble. And everybody has been lined up for the second race of this season in Tier 2. And we are almost away we go, with Michael Tip having a good start in front of Sokeluni. TGL Stewart also having a good start. Nathaniel right behind. And everybody is keeping it clean throughout turn 1. And Michael Tip stays in front. Irma picks up a place, going side by side with Mali, braking late, and gets almost moved on. Mali has the better exit. And right behind we have some battles. And let's have a look. Current position changes. No, not big changes. Hooters had a little bit of a moment at the start. But we still have Michael Tip leading the race, followed by Zoccaluni, really putting the pressure on Michael. And no, Bob, it's not raining so far. It's looking very cloudy, so there might be some rain coming. Someone's spinning. T.J. Stewart and Miley, both at the same place, spinning around, and of course diving in the pits. Front wing damage for them. And Stubbley is now the biggest winner on track, together with Neuropirate. And Nathaniel really closing up on Zoccaluni. And we all know that it's going to be a bit of a DRS train. Really important to save up your ERS. And we have Brother Adam going side by side with CGP. Brother Adam is braking late. Sorry, CGP is really putting the pressure on Neuropirate, both on the medium tire compound. And so is Gatsby. Gatsby's also running the mediums, and he is currently leading the medium runners. Let's switch back to the front, where Zoccaluni is really putting the pressure on Michael. And Zoccaluni gets a good exit, and he picks up the DRS, and this will be a sitting duck for Michael Tip, and Zoccaluni takes over the lead of this Grand Prix. And Michael is now under pressure of Nathaniel, but Michael picks up the DRS on Zoccaluni. But Zoccaluni stays in front. And Max Bell and Jimo Hinney are having a good battle on track. Max Bell on the soft tires, and Jimo is on the mediums. Oh, a little bit of late braking by Max, but he's still on the track. Hopefully he didn't get any damage. Gatsby and CGP are having a good battle, and now Neuropirate is the leader of the mediums. And Zoccaluni sets the fastest lap again. But now Michael Tip is really closing in. Picks up the DRS. Zoccaluni had a good exit, so that will maybe help him. But Michael is switching on the inside line. And Nathaniel is right behind, doing the switchback move on Zoccaluni. But Zoccaluni has the good exit. Let's have a look. Nathaniel Perrin on the inside now of Zoccaluni. A three-way battle for the P1 spot. And Nathaniel runs a bit wide and pushes Zoccaluni a little bit wide there. But they kept it clean. And Nathaniel gets the overtake done on Zoccaluni. Now Irma will be closing in as well. He is really enjoying the battle in front. And Nathaniel is already in P2. He won the last race. He is consistent, and that's one of the most important things in racing, being consistent. And Irma is just 7/10 away, so he's not close enough. But I think Nathaniel will get a go into turn 3. Nathaniel picks up the DRS and the slipstream, and he is going to have a look on the inside now, and he gets P1 in front of Michael. And Nathaniel back in the lead. Won the last race, now back in the lead again, starting in P4. Oh, we have someone spinning. Oh, a big crash! A big crash. I'm not sure what happened there, but it's an Alpine. Brother Adam losing his entire front wing. And also CGP started on the mediums, and now he has a long way to go. Michael spins around. Michael has lost it. And Nathaniel is now out of the DRS. Michael falls back to P10. And Irma, no! Everyone is spinning around now. What's happening? Irma falls back to P11. And Stubbly in the other Alfa Romeo team is really closing into Zocheluni. Oh, a little bit of a dive bomb there by Stubbly. What a late move. But Zocheluni is still in front. But Stubbly has the good exit. And will we have a look on the outside there? No, he's not closing off. So he will back off. A really good view here. And Yuri is right behind, closing in. Look at Yuri. Great exit from Yuri. Closing into the Alfa Romeo. And really important to save up some ERS. But Nathaniel is really cruising at the front now with a 1.8 gap. And Gmo on the mediums, really putting the pressure on Gatsby. Not sure what happened to Neuropirate, but I think he had a moment. Oh, a little bit of touch from Gatsby and Gmo, but Gmo picks up the DRS and is going now for P7 on the mediums. And yes, Bob, there's a lot happening, but I didn't see the crash between Brother Adam and CGP, but at the moment we have seen some good battles, to be honest, so let's pray for more. And Yuri picks up a 3-second time penalty. The first driver in the top 4 who got himself a penalty. And Sharif is in the pits, going to make his pit stop in P8. Which tire is he choosing? Sharif is going for the mediums, but will we go till the end on these tires? Not sure. I think he will go for the 2-stop strategy. And Lunar Jedi on the mediums, currently sitting in P13. And Gatsby and Gmo are having a nice battle again. Let's stay on board with the battle between these two. Gmo and Gatsby, the pace is close, really close today between these two drivers. Both started on the medium tires and now currently sitting in P6 and 7. It's also really easy to get a track limit on Austria, so they really want to keep it within the track limits, as Gmo is now getting a good exit and probably going to get past Gatsby again. A little bit of a yo-yo effect between these two, but Gmo is into P6 now. He's closing the gap though on Fingerhook, only 2.5 seconds away, and it was full before. And Michael is also joining this battle. Well, Zocheluni is closing into Stubbly. So let's stay on board with the battle between, and it's going to be Stubbly who is pitting first. And this will allow Yuri to close up on Zoke. While Nathaniel is cruising at the front. And this will be an opportunity for Yuri on the, no, he's waiting for this exit. And Zocheluni gets a good exit, and now Yuri is not going to be close enough for a move in turn 4. And Yuri goes for a late move on the inside. What a move by Yuri. But a switchback move from Sokeluni. And now they're going side by side. What a battle. A great move by Yuri there on the inside. A really late breaking move. And Yuri gets the move done. What a move. That was confident. Late breaking move by Yuri. And he gets the move done. And Nathaniel in the pits. The leader of the race is doing his pit stop. Which tire is he choosing? It's going to be very important. And he is switching to the medium tires. But I'm not sure. I didn't do any practice races on this strategy. So will they last till the end? Will they last 26 laps? Or will we go for a two-stop strategy? Nathaniel falls back to P12 and is no! Oh no! No! Nathaniel's in the wall! Just right after his pit stop. No! Nathaniel! Oh, I'm feeling so bad for him. Both Alfa Romeos collided with the battle with Lunar Jedi. No way! If I was Nathaniel, I would just back off, knowing that the guys in front are going to pit. He's just sticking his nose between those cars. I don't think that was necessary. That was not necessary. To stick your nose between the cars in front of you. Wow. That was unlucky for Nathaniel Perrin. And that will not help him. He needs a safety car now to rescue his race. He's running last now, with Zokeluni and Yuri at the front. Oh, Zokeluni gets a moment, but he kept it on track. Nice save by him. Oh, Trucker says it was stubbly. Yeah, I'm really trying to follow everything on track, but it went so fast, so I'm sorry if I'm not correct on that situation. And Max Bell is right behind F. Houdis, a new driver on the grid today as a reserve. Started on the medium tires. Runs a little bit wide, and Max Bell sticks his car right next to him. I'm not sure if that worked out for him, because Rob now gets the overtake done. Rob had a qualifying ban, and he now moves up to P9. And sector 1, we have someone spinning, and it's Cheap Skills losing it on the 10 lap Old Hearts. And Zoke is diving in the pits. Zoke Looney on the McLaren. Which tire is he choosing? Let's have a look. And I think he's going for the medium tire. How long will they last? He lasted his softs 14 laps, so his mediums will probably last around 22-23, so I think it's the right choice to go for the one-stop strategy. It's doable. I've heard from some drivers in our league, so. And G Mohini is fighting Gatsby, still fighting Gatsby. And F. Houdis and Rob are having a great battle as well. And Yuri, the leader of the race, is in the pits. Let's see which tire he is choosing. Of course, he's going for the mediums as well. And as Soccer says, everyone on the mediums is pitting too early, because the softs will probably should last 15 laps. So it's going to be very interesting on the strategies then. Some drivers have pitted already in lap 11, lap 12 and lap 13. And Zucchellini has made some overcut. Well, G. Mohini and Gatsby are having a battle for P1. On the mediums, the old medium runners are now leading the race. So they are going for the alternate strat. No safety cars just yet. Really good to see everyone is still on the track. No big crashes so far. And Jimohini definitely picks up the DRS and the ERS, but the DRS is enough for the slipstream moment. Jimohini is late braking, Gatsby is covering the outside line, and Jimohini gets a good exit, still picks up the DRS, and now he will get moved on, because he is definitely quicker with the DRS being enabled. So Jimohini into P1. Really good to see him back on the grid after a long time. Of course, he signed up as a reserve, but we all know that he has been with us for a few seasons. And he's currently leading the Grand Prix, so really good to see. But right behind them is Hooters and Rob, having a good battle as well. Hooters and Rob. Rob having saved up his ERS, but will he go for a move? No, he's waiting. Rob is waiting, and I think that was a right choice for him to do, because he can go for a move now, picking up the DRS in the ERS, and that's an easy pass for Rob. Really taking it wide to avoid contact. So Rob is really learning from those mistakes. And now it's going to be side by side again with Hooters. Hooters is going for the switchback. And a good move by Hooters. And reclaims that spot. And Zucchellini is right behind, watching the guys in front, fighting for that position. So he needs to be really aware, because they're on all tires. But Zucchellini wants to get past as quick as possible. Lunar Jedi is really close as well. So we're having a big fight ongoing. And Zucchellini is on the fresher tire. He wants to get past as quick as possible, but he's still right behind. And Zucchellini gets a good exit now. He has the better grip. Now gets going side by side with Yuri. And he's going down into turn 3. And oh, a little bit of a moment there from Zucchellini. A little kiss at the back of Hooters. And Rob needs to back off on this occasion. But Zucchellini is having a look on the inside. And he's backing off. Don't need to take too many risks, because you're in the virtual lead. Zucchi. Oh, Zucchi is looking at have a go on the inside. What a move! And they're going side by side, and a little touch there. But still, they keep it on track. Hooters is defending, and he is allowed to, because we're fighting for a position. And Yuri is right behind now. Yuri really picking up the pace. And Zucchellini is really going side by side with Hooters into turn 1. And a really daring move from Zoke, but he gets the move done, and Yuri follows him right behind, and Yuri is now looking to have a go on the outside line, and side by side they go into turn 3, and Zokeluni is still in front. Yuri for the switchback has a good exit and will get the DRS, and they will go side by side heading into turn 4. And Yuri is in front and is now in the virtual lead of this Grand Prix by having a great battle, and I must admit that was some great calculation by Yuri. Good job from him in the Red Bull team, driving a very good race so far. Unfortunately he got a penalty, 6 seconds at least, so that's really unfortunate for him. But hopefully he will be able to create a gap. And Lunar Jedi is diving in the pits. I'm not sure what happened to him, why he pits so early. Maybe he's already going for the soft tires. And I think he is. Yes, he is. Already going for the soft tires. Very daring to go 16 lap on the softs. And Zoke is really putting the pressure on Yuri. And a lot of battles ongoing on track. Of course we have, because we have such a close grid. Let's have a look at the guys behind. Tire situations. Hooters is on 19 lap old mediums, and Finguk 5 lap old mediums, and Michael Tip on 4 lap old mediums, and Irma is right behind on the 4 lap old mediums as well. So a big battle in the midfield from P6 to P9, a 5-way battle. A small DRS train ongoing. But now it's all about who can keep it on track. And we're going to follow. Rob is defending from Hooters. Hooters taking the inside line. Finguk. Hooters is taking the inside. Rob has the outside. And Rob's still in front. But Finguk is now on the fresher tire, going past F Hooters. And really strong performance from F Hooters so far on the mediums. He is really fighting for every position, and Hooters not taking too many risks, fighting his teammate there. So he let him past, and Irma is right behind him as well. And Jimohini is now in the pits, and Gatsby still continuing on those 21 lap old mediums. Gmo is going for the fresh shot. Rob is in the wall, and that's an unfortunate spot. Will there be a safety car? A virtual safety car has been deployed. And will this turn into a full safety car? Because Rob is on a bad spot. And he is at the middle of the track. So I'm not sure if a VSC will be enough to clear the track, but as it stands it's still a VSC, and I think it won't change because Rob's car has been gone. A few drivers in the pits now for the fresh tires, and Gatsby is really unlucky. Or maybe he isn't. Or maybe he is lucky. If they won't go racing now, they will lose a little bit of time. So this VST is really good for Gatsby. And they're still not racing. And they're racing now. And hopefully no one did pick up a drive-through. I don't think they have. So Gatsby still in P6, and Jimohini is right behind him on the fresh shaft. And unfortunately for Hooters, that safety car ended a bit too early. But now Gatsby is on a charge on the soft tires. Only 9 seconds away from the lead. So he can definitely close up if he has the pace on those tires. We all know that Yuri has a penalty and Irma picks up another penalty, and so is TGL Stewart. So let's have a look at the current penalty situations. Yuri having 6 seconds of penalties, while Irma having 6 seconds as well, Gmo having 6, Max Bell having 3 seconds, TGL Stewart having 6, Melly 6, Brother Adams 6, Cheap Skills 3, and CGP having 3 as well. Position changes. Lunar Jedi is having a battle with Max Bell, and he gets the move done even before the turn, and he moves up to P8 now. A really different podium compared to last race, so that's good to see. And Zokeluni is really quick around this track. Zokeluni picks up the DRS now and is really looking to have a go on Yuri. Yuri has 6 seconds of penalties and Zoke knows, so he doesn't need to take too many risks battling him. Just stay within the 6 seconds gap and you'll be fine. But if they keep battling, Fingerhook will be able to close up. And while Michael is also putting the pressure on Fingerhook, so Fingerhook really needs to step up his game and needs to close the gap to Zoke, Looney and Yuri. Irma right behind is having 6 seconds of penalty, so he's really unfortunate for the race so far. And Gatsby will be able to close in with the guys in front battling. So we're definitely going to see some awesome battles till the end of the race. And Zokaluni is losing a little bit of time to Yuri. Yuri was having a gap of 3/10 last lap. Now it's 5. So losing 2/10 a lap for Zokaluni. But Zokaluni is really closing in now. Will Zokaluni gets a good exit now on Yuri? I don't think he is. Michael and Irma are having a battle. Michael gets the move done. And Michael will stay in P4. And Gmo is getting the move done on Gatsby. And now Gatsby needs to follow Gmo. Gatsby has no penalties, so he can jump 2 places as it stands. Oh, TGL Stewart and Sharif having a battle on track with Mac. Oh, it's someone in the wall. Stubbly losing his entire front wing. In sector 2, he lost it. And that's really unfortunate for him, because he had a good race, actually. Oh. And he's holding up a Mercedes. Let's have a look at the battle at the front. Still Yuri leading with Zokeluni right behind. Oh, we have someone in the wall. I'm not sure who it is. It's Melly spinning around in the Ferrari. Ferrari team is still not having their day. And a yellow in sector 3 because of Melly, of course. Stubbly's in the pits. So let's stay on board with Gatsby and Gmo Hinny, who are really closing in to the 3 medium runners in front of them. No penalties for Gatsby, so he is doing an excellent job at the moment. Really able to grab a podium spot today on this alternate strategy. Oh, Zokalune picks up a 3-second time penalty. And that's not gonna help him at the end of the race. Michael needs to stay within 6 seconds of Yuri. And needs to stay within seconds of Zokalune to get a win. And right in front, Irma Gert Cavan is closing into Fingerhook. And Michael won a second. And is now on 4.6 with 9 laps remaining. 8.5. We are having a thrilling race so far at the Austrian Grand Prix. Really great battles. And Michael Tip is really closing in now. Michael, you need 1.5 seconds to get yourself the win for the AlphaTauri team. Michael had a little bit of a moment. Fingerhook is really using ZRS to keep up with Michael. Fingerhook really again looking great consistency throughout the race. We all know that he isn't the quickest in qualifying, but he is so consistent. He barely makes a mistake. That's something we can all learn from, I think. Please don't crash out Fingerhook now, because then my words are useless. Zokaluni really putting the pressure. Michael Tip only needs to gain 1 second in 6 laps of time to grab himself the win. And look at Zokalune really choosing different line. Now is the moment for Zokalune to get the overtake done and get past Yuri. And looking to have a go on the outside now. Zokalune really braking late. But Yuri defends really well. And this will help Michael Tip to gain more seconds. Only 4 seconds now. And Gatsby has paused Irma as well. Oh, it's Gmo spinning! Gmo has just spun around on the soft tires. Oh, that's unfortunate for Gmo. All on the pressure of Lunar Jedi. Please. Oh man, this was so... It was such tight racing. But Zokalune is looking to have a go. Still no move from him. So the battle still continues between Zoke and Yuri. On the inside now, late braking move. But he still keeps right behind Yuri. And Fingerhook is still really close to Michael. Michael is really closing in to the front runners. He needs to have 9 tenths to get that win. 8 tenths now. Let's have a look. Penalty situation. Second. Way. He needs to grab some tenths in the last laps to grab that victory. Oh, someone is in the wall. It's CGP. CGP really having an unfortunate race. And Michael is really closing in. Only 6 tenths now for Michael. And we're going to keep track of the penalty situations now. It's all about keeping it clean. Full, and Michael is in 3.3. Will Michael go for the job? 3.2, 3.1. Michael has picked up some excellent pace. 3.0. He only needs to keep himself within. Yuri picks up another penalty. Another penalty for him. And Yuri definitely not gonna win. And Zoke is getting past Yuri now. And Zoke only having 3 seconds of penalties. Michael having no penalties. So it's going to be very, very tight. Till the last lap. No room for mistakes. There's no room for mistakes in this tier. If you make a mistake, you fall down a few places. Really great drive from Zokeluni so far, but also from Michael Tippett having that spin early in this race. And we have AlphaTauri Cheers. He needs 3 tenths to get a race win. So it's all about the last few laps. Let's have a look at Lunar Jedi really putting the pressure on Jimohini. And sector 2, sector 3, we have someone spinning around. It's TGL Stewart again. Oh, and Fingook picks also a penalty. And Michael has just got himself a moment. Oh, Michael spins. Michael spins on the penultimate lap. And this will be very happy for Zoke. Zoke will be very happy about Michael spinning, because this will mean that Zoke Luni is currently in the provisional P1. And yes, Quinn, what a race we have seen so far. Amazing. Almost every driver having a penalty at the moment. I think Michael is still in the podium positions, but he has front ring damage. I think, no, he hasn't. So he will be happy about that. He can still grab the podium. But he's not going to be close enough for the win, as it seems. Ferrari, get out of the way. You are racing. The leaders are right in front of you. And Zokeluni is getting past Yuri. Getting passed by Yuri. And Zokeluni is now really at the DRS. No DRS for Zokeluni. So Yuri stays in front. And Lunar Jedi is getting the move done in turn 3. Moves himself up to P7. A really strong drive from Lunar Jedi, because Lunar Jedi has started from P20, I believe. P19 for Lunar Jedi. Rob is P20, of course. And I'm really curious, what is your drive of today? I really can't make a decision, to be honest, because I think Lunar Jedi and Gmo has put us on a great drive for now. So I think it's going to be between them. Probably the winner of this battle. Oh, Zokeluni gets the move done on. Oh, Zokeluni runs right. Zokeluni outbreaks himself. And he's now in P2, and that will allow Michael to get within the 3 seconds of penalties. Will Michael grab that win? Will Michael grab the win if he wins it? He is going to be a great winner. Michael is within 2.7 seconds. 2.8 now. 2.8. 2.8. Sokaluni needs to have a good last sector to keep Michael behind. And Michael is 2.8, 2.9, 2.9, 2.9, 2.9. Is he going to win? Michael gets the win by 1/10. What a drive by Michael. Sokaluni into P2. Gatsby moves up to P3. Finghook in P4. Yuri in P5. Irma in P6. Jimo Hini in P8. Lunar Jedi P7. Hooters lost his entire fuel in P9. So the AlphaTauri team is picking up some points in the tier 2 race today. Good to see from that. Neuro Parrot in P10. Sharif P11. Brother Adam in P12. TGL Stewart in P13. Mali is going to finish in P14. Stubbly in P14. Mali has picked up a lot of penalties, so Nathaniel picks up the last point. Mali in P16, Cheap Skills in 17, and Max Bow in P18. What a... Okay, big dubs guys, big dubs, really. Thank you, thank you. Big compliments for an awesome race. Really. Oh, Michael Tip gets the win. Didn't know. That was just so crazy. Sokaluni looks like he had it in the back. But still in P2, and Michael gets the win by just 1.5 tenths. Amazing. Wow. What a race. Now I'm going to prepare myself for my own race in tier 1. Make sure you tune in. Thank you for this awesome race. I can't wait for next week. In another great race. We're heading to Belgium next week. So make sure you tune in. And I'll see you next week.